Welcome to the AI revolution, a time where machines are getting smarter, jobs are getting weirder, and let's be honest, this intro is probably written by the very AI I'm about to talk about. Yup, I used AI to script the part where I tell you how scary AI is. So if this video starts complimenting itself or suddenly tries to sell you robot insurance, you know why. Let's talk about what's really going on with AI and why it's equal parts exciting, terrifying, and completely absurd.
Artificial intelligence is going to displace 99% of all the jobs you're getting degrees for. Most of the reasons why you're in school, your jobs will not exist. We're going to have to retrain the entire country to use AI and to find other jobs. And writing emails, Grok can do that. ChatGPT can do that pretty well.
That didn't work so well for me. I don't think that would work well for me if I decided that one day I wanted to use ChatGPT on like one of my AP comparative government essays or something.
Well, it actually works for a lot of people in this audience. I mean, you'd be surprised, right, guys? I'm not even endorsing it. I'm saying college has become a scam where it's like, who can use AI the quickest and the best? And like, you're not actually learning the way you used to.
That's how I'm starting to feel with AI. I just put ChatGPT on my phone, and anymore, instead of going to Google to search for some info, I literally just put it into ChatGPT and let it search the web and type up a paragraph so I can get it. Now, you can say that's lazy, but it's also like, hey, man, I'm just using the resources I got to figure things out quicker. Why should I have to search up and down and read several articles when AI can do it like that and tell me exactly what I need to know?
When you graduate, the jobs will not exist because they're going to have artificial intelligence doing these jobs for you. So,
I would argue that they aren't going to have artificial intelligence and that that's actually kind of a threat because what if
it already exists. I'm not trying to like big time you, but like millions of people are going to lose their jobs in the next year.
So heart surgeons are going to lose their jobs
eventually.
to AI?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's not. You can laugh. Do you know that? So, for example, in healthcare, there's an entire profession of cardiologists, for example, that read heart scans. They're going completely out of it. AI does it quicker and more accurately, and they do it in seconds. It's facts, right? In fact, people are detecting heart arrhythmias, cardiac blockages, places they need to have stents in seconds, where it otherwise would take weeks to get a cardiologist to look at it.
Where's your evidence for this?
I mean, look, man, it's pretty where's my evidence?
Yeah.
This dude said, pull out the papers, prove it to me. It's like, bro, you're asking him. Sit down.
I mean, anyone around you will tell you it's true. I mean, you could just look it up on any multitude of examples.
What about a credible example?
Type into any search engine of your choice, okay? AI detects tumor quicker than, human. And you will see that all across the country they're using AI, and they literally have no use anymore for people to read scans. They double check the work sometimes, but at like a 99% veracity it works. Finally, other paralegals. Paralegals are like a thing of the past. Paralegals used to be people that would write up briefs. ChatGPT can read a 3,000-page legal brief in 30 seconds and summarize it more crisply and better in better language than a human being can.
I'm pretty sure that's not all paralegals do, though.
Paralegals basically read and write, and ChatGPT does that better than a human being and quicker and more accurately. I'm not here to debate it with you. It's a fact. AI's taken over the world, and I don't think people are prepared for that.
A crazy thing about this video, too, is look at this young dude in college, okay? This is a young man in college. This is somebody like, I don't know, he's probably like 19, 20, 21 at maximum, okay? He thinks artificial intelligence ain't going to be nothing, okay? It's not going to do anything to him. It's not going to impact his life. But yet this older fella, I mean, I don't know how old he is. He looks like he's in his like 30s or something. He sees what's coming. He can smell what's on the horizon. But yet some college kid is willfully ignorant enough to think that whatever job he's applying for, whatever thing he's going to school to learn is secured because he's going to school and he's pulling out a loan and he's going to school for it. He's going to get a degree for it. Man, tomorrow is not promised. When you use AI and you see how, to me, AI right now has literally, I've loved Google my whole life. It's starting to shoot Google in its foot. I don't want to use Google anymore. I can just go to ChatGPT and get it to search Google for me and tell me everything I need to know. I even typed up some real specific stuff on ChatGPT. I got this little model ship, right? On a cruise ship I went on, and it didn't say what the scale was. I was able to say, I bought this ship, this little model boat, while I was on a cruise ship. What is the scale? And it immediately kicked out. It was 1 in 1,250th scale of the boat. I think it took like 10 seconds for it to kind of load, read all the articles, and then spit me out the answer. I'm not saying every job on Earth right now can be replaced by this thing, but Give it time, man. Give it time. They're gonna figure out better ways to apply AI. Shit, I'm like a blue collar worker, dude. I make chicken broth and beef broth at work all night. That's what I do in a factory. As of now, I can't see how the hell typing this stuff in and having it come up with an answer would replace my job. But give it 10 years. Give it 15 years. Maybe not even that long. They will find out a way to make me go home so they can pay this computer to do what I'm doing instead. You know what I'm saying? Why pay me and why deal with the issues that come with being a human when you could just pay a robot to do the same thing? Or not even pay the robot, you just buy the robot one time flat out and that's it. It's coming, man, and that's why I'm saying the scary thing is not AI in it of itself. It's the implications that it's going to present. What are we all going to be doing for work if AI can do it all for us quicker than we can? Where are the jobs going to be? All laborious? Is that going to be it? It might be. I don't know. It might be. Blue collar jobs might be the only thing left if they can figure out all these papers and all these accounting things. I can't tell you now who's going to be the last man standing. I don't know, but I do start to think it's going to be some real laborious position is going to be the last thing standing. I'm not sure. First comment says that kid definitely ain't ready for what's coming. I've been saying this for a while, that jobs like HVAC, welding, and plumbing, anything you legit need physical humans for, will be a booming industry here soon and highly sought after. But in the same idea that he's carrying, wouldn't you think that they're going to come up with like a computer program where it's going to be one dude running it to punch in and say, hey, AI weld this joint together, AI weld that joint together. They've already had computer welding. There's been a thing for a long time. Eventually, it's just going to be one guy running the whole plant, just saying you need to weld this together, weld that together. Right now, I can't see how a robot would walk through a building and somehow detect where the AC is messed up and where there needs to be HVAC fixes. But give it time. Give it time. They're going to figure this out. I work for an AI company, and this is what concerns me the most, is that students have been taught to fear it instead of enabling it for their future. Thanks for sharing this, Charlie. What's his name? Charlie what? It says, my 12-year-old is very against AI, but yet my mom in her 70s uses it every day. I expect it to be the other way around. Yeah, that's odd. I mean, maybe because all these kids and these younger generation is being told they're not going to have a future because of this, and maybe that's why they're so against it, as to where people in their 70s, 60s, whatever, they embrace it because they see how it's making things even quicker for them and it's fixing problems even faster than Google could. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of the comments says, I remember not being allowed to have a pocket calculator in math class. Bingo. And now we got something that will literally, you can type in anything you think of and it will figure it out. You could probably type it like questions you would ask a therapist, and it's going to kick back a decent response.
This is where AI is going to go. So right now, we are in the age of generative AI. So generative AI is ChatGPT, Midjourney. You're generating music, art, text. We're coming to agentic AI. Agentic AI is AI that can actually think like an employee. It can solve complex problems without human intervention. So you can go to your agentic AI and you will soon be able to say, listen, I run a real estate property company. I need a really interesting post to showcase my newest development. The AI will go analyze all the pictures in your Google Drive, pick the best pictures, which are going to create the best response, write a caption, come up with 3 different ideas, post 3 different ideas on TikTok, analyze the data, generate the video, generate the voice, generate everything, and then see which one has the best response, and then turn that into a Facebook ad, put that ad on Facebook, tap into your credit card account, go and deploy money to Meta to pay for the ad, analyze the results of the ad, decide if it should kill it, expand it, tweak it, optimize it, then get back to you in 48 hours and say, here's my report. And it'll do it better than any human employee. And it'll do it at maybe 1/100th the cost. We're going in an age of instant results. You've heard of software as a service. We're about to enter results as a service, RAAS. But that's just the beginning.
You got to understand, this is kind of what I've been using it for, okay? Let me pull it up right now while we're at it. Let me pull it up right now. Okay, so all I got to do is simply hit ChatGPT open, okay? So I'll make YouTube videos, right? Let's say I'm going to name this YouTube video right now. I'm going to name it, this is just what I can come up with in my head. The future of AI is daunting, okay? Watch this. Give me better YouTube video title ideas for a video about AI that is currently called The Future of AI is Daunting. Watch this. Here are some stronger, more attention-grabbing YouTube title ideas. Why the future of AI is more alarming than you think. AI is evolving too fast. Are we ready? The scary truth about where AI is headed. This is what AI will look like in 5 years. We're not prepared for what AI is becoming. AI's future, revolutionary or catastrophic? How AI could change everything and why it's terrifying. Inside the race to control AI's future. Experts warn AI is moving faster than we can handle. Is AI the end or a new beginning? It says, do you want the tone to be more dramatic, educational, optimistic, or neutral? Comedic. Great. If you're going for a comedic tone, here are some fun and engaging title ideas. AI is taking over, but at least it's not doing my dishes. This shit is even funny, dude. Like, it's even funny. You got to understand. When I'm at work, I got this little notebook in my pocket where I'll think, okay, I'm going to do an AI video. Let me come up with 10 ideas. That takes me alone 30 minutes of just sitting there drumming up ideas in my head. Do you see how quick that just occurred right in front of your eyes? I don't need to debate which one I'm going to use at this point. I can go through and just, I could probably even say, can you pick the best option out of all the ones you gave me so far? Let's see if it does that. Let's see if it just picks one out. For a comedic yet clickable title that balances humor with intrigue, the best option is The Robots Are Coming, with better resumes than me. Okay, that's about to be the title of this video. I let AI decide that. I let AI write the opening. You got to understand, this is doing nothing but saving time and making people more poignant. It's getting people's points across quicker. It's up to you whether you're going to be afraid of this or you're going to try to use this for the betterment of yourself. First comment says, so who buys products when everybody's out of a job and can't afford services and products? That is the biggest implication of this whole thing. What is going to happen when AI can do everything for us? Are we just going to have universal basic income? What is the answer going to be? I don't know. I am a blue collar factory worker. Do you think I have the answers? No. I just like to have a dialogue about things. I like to talk about current issues. Okay. So if you like that too, get in the comments and tell me what you think about AI and where is it headed? Are you afraid of it? Are you embracing it? Someone said, so is agentic AI going to buy the house? Basically, every corporate and CEO is forgetting about them who will be customers. Customers are also the employees of other companies. This will create chaos. Yes. Bye-bye jobs. If we can just keep paying computers, who is going to have the money to buy any of the stuff the computer's making? I don't know. I barely got money to buy the shit now, and I have a full-time job, so I don't know what would happen if I wasn't working at all. I don't think I'd be able to purchase any of this stuff.
I think the most important thing to understand about AI is that AI is not a tool. It is an agent. It's the first technology in history that can make decisions and invent new ideas by itself. Even something as powerful as the atom bomb could not decide anything by itself. All the decisions were made by humans. Now we've created something which potentially can take power away from us. At present, it starts with very small things. Like, for instance, there was an experiment when OpenAI developed GPT-4, like 2 years ago. They wanted to test what can this thing do. So they gave it a task to solve CAPTCHA puzzles. The CAPTCHA puzzles, like when you go online and you want to access your bank or whatever, and they have this riddle that you have to solve, an image that you have to say what are the twisted words and then letters to make sure you are not a robot.
Yeah, it's tough. I've taken the test. It's tough.
Yeah.
Is that a street light? Is that
yeah,
a
I'll literally
wheel?
fail those to this day as a human.
Do it again. Refresh.
And it's really difficult for GPT-4. GPT-4 could not solve the CAPTCHA. But what GPT-4 did, it accessed TaskRabbit, which is an online site where you can hire humans to do different things for you. And it asked a human to solve the CAPTCHA for it. Now, the human got suspicious. The human asked, why do you need somebody to solve CAPTCHA for you? Are you a robot? It asked directly, are you a robot? And GPT-4 answered, no, I'm not a robot. I have a vision impairment, which is why I can't solve the CAPTCHA, so I need your help.
So the truly evolved human is not somebody who's smarter. It's just somebody who gets somebody else to do the work for them. Smart.
Yeah.
Scary.
Very scary.
Yeah, you say that's scary, but you got to understand, I know humans on Earth that aren't that resourceful. There's humans I know that are living among us that couldn't do that on their own. They would have to go ask another human, hey, how do you think I should solve this CAPTCHA? The fact it was able to drum up an idea and know to lie about when it was asked if it was a robot, is equally scary and equally awesome as hell. Like, there's both of those things. Two things can be true at once. First comment says, so many scientists and engineers ask, can we, when they really need to be asking, should we? That is tough, because I still don't know what's going to come on the other side of this whole AI revolution. It says, unfortunately, and as a matter of fact, he has no clue what he's talking about. All he said was something he observed ChatGPT 4 do. That's all he said. He didn't come up with none of this. He just relayed an observation. So let that man live.
20 years from now, AI will have changed things enough that, just this pure capitalistic framework probably won't explain much, because as AIs, both as sort of white collar type work and as blue collar work, as the robots will get good hands and are able to do
bingo
the physical things that humans do, say working in a factory or construction, or we'll achieve that. And we'll have a lot of making the goods and services.
Understand, this is one of the smartest men on this planet. This is one of the smartest human on this planet, and he's telling you without a doubt, we will achieve it. It will come a time where construction men and blue collar jobs will dry up because a robot can do it better.
Which is we've always had a shortage of doctors, of teachers, of people to work in the factories. Those shortages won't exist.
Nope.
And so it's a pretty profound change that will free up a lot of time. You can retire early, you can work shorter work weeks, and it's going to require almost a philosophical rethink about, okay, how should time be spent? Because we don't need it to make enough food and make enough widgets and, do enough medical diagnosis. We will have created, free intelligence.
Someone said he talks too much, leaving the most important questions unanswered. How employed people will feed themselves? How are we going to retire without jobs? Yeah, that is the biggest question. What are we going to do if every job can be done by a robot? Another comment says it will be called mass unemployment, mass poverty, and end-stage capitalism. It will completely invalidate capitalism as a system. As Andrew Yang and everyone else knows, some form of socialism is the only way to function going forward. Everything else is ridiculous. Oh, wow. One of the comments says, be weary of asking a man who has no problems to solve problems. Here's the one thing, guy. Do you assume because he's a 200, 300 billionaire that he has no issues? Can you not imagine that everybody in his life who's close enough to speak to him is trying to get a piece of that from him? Do you not think he has any issues just because he has money? If you can think that as a guy without a lot of money, just understand when you get money, you're in for a whirlwind of change. You're going to be so surprised to see that having more money didn't actually solve your problems. It just created new ones. My grandma said they said this about dishwashers and washing machines when she was young. More time for leisure. Instead, we do more different work. Yeah, that's crazy. I heard the same thing about tractors. Like farmers were terrified of tractors. Like, this machine's going to take our jobs, not realizing all they were going to do was get out of the field and sit in the tractor to do the work now. It's actually taken a big chunk of the labor off of their shoulders.
ChatGPT today has an IQ of 155. Einstein is 160. We're matching Einstein with a machine that I will tell you openly, AI experts are saying this is just the very, very, very top of the tip of the iceberg. ChatGPT 4 is 10x smarter than 3.5 in just a matter of months, and without many, many changes. Now, that basically means ChatGPT 5 could be within a few months. If they continue at that pace, if it's 10x, then an IQ of 1600. Just imagine the difference between the IQ of the dumbest person on the planet in the 70s and the IQ of Einstein. When Einstein attempts to explain relativity, the typical response is, I have no idea what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
If something is 10x Einstein, we will have no idea what it's talking about.
No,
This is
zero.
just around the corner. It could be a few months away.
That's actually a good point too. Like if it's that close to Einstein at this point, in 1 year, it's probably going to be spitting out stuff that we can't even wrap our head around. You know how long we've been trying to figure out where the pyramids came from? Watch how quickly this can just tell you exactly what occurred, exactly what mathematical formula they used to build these giant structures. He's got a point. There's going to be a point where humans probably say, AI doesn't know what it's talking about. Whole time it knows more than what any of us are talking about. It knows more than what any of us were ever ready to understand. One comment says, ChatGPT has a giant fatal flaw. It draws information from the internet, which is only correct half the time if we are being generous. You're not lying. I can ask it stuff about like celebrities, and it usually takes a little minute for it to kind of drum up the answer, but it'll not only drum up an answer for me, but it'll show me that it went to TMZ, People Magazine. It'll credit where they got this info from on ChatGPT. So it's like, you got to understand, these websites are mostly just speculation about famous people. So how can I take this as fact when I know it's just taking this from a bunch of speculative websites?
There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. But what to do about mass unemployment? This is going to be a massive social challenge.
Yep.
And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Basic income.
Universal basic income. I think it's going to be necessary.
So it means that unemployed people will be paid across the globe.
Yeah.
Because there is no job, machine, robot is taking over.
That's simply and I want to be clear that these are not things that I think that I wish would happen. These are simply things that I think probably will happen. There will be fewer and fewer jobs that are
Yet again, this is one of the smartest men on our earth right now. You could say he's not smart, that he just got lucky, whatever. Between him and Bill Gates, you gotta hear them out. If you're not willing to hear one of these dudes out and listen to what they say, then stop listening to your auntie at the goddamn family gathering. She don't know what the fuck she's talking about. She never did shit in her life to think that she has the answers to this, okay? Listen to some of these people who are this cultured and been around the earth and have done insane things with their life, okay? Listen to what they think may occur. I'm not telling you to treat it as fact, but I'm telling you to hear some people out. First comment says, yes, and the government will control us because they will pay us. Right now, people swear that the government controls everything in our life. They swear every decision you make is because of the government. So tell me what's different now than when we have AI running everything. Tell me why then you think the government will run us. Y'all already think the government makes every decision for you. Another comment says, but you don't have to make a robot for everything. That's the point. Don't build a robot. Boom, jobs to be had. You say that until you're the CEO of the company who's paying people out the ass to do certain laborious, whatever you can call them, unskilled positions, and you can say, or we could buy a one-time $25,000 robot that's going to do this for years on years on years to come, instead of paying this dude $50,000 a year to just keep putting this part in this box. Why not just pay a robot? Why not do a one-time buy of a robot arm to just clear his job for eternity? Then the most you got to do is just pay a guy every once in a blue moon to fix the robot. And before you know it, we'll have a robot to fix the robot. The future is among us, people. Be ready for this.
Does humanity?
AI will not have self-awareness. AI will imitate awareness. Do we have self-awareness? When I just watched this video, he's talking about how, oh, now we're going to be the second most intelligent people on this universe. How do you know that we are the most intelligent thing to walk? Just because we haven't found in solid proof that there's any smarter beings doesn't mean they're not there. There might be aliens watching us right now just giggling at our dumbasses, talking about we're afraid of AI. They're like, dude, we've been had AI. You guys are idiots. You guys are far behind the curve.
The amount of change we're going to see over the next 5 years, 10 years, will dwarf everything that's happened over the last 30. We went from automating pen and paper, right, with spreadsheets, to connecting PCs into local area networks to, connecting people
to each
locally,
other.
Locally, right, to connecting networks to get the internet, to getting the network effect of communicating people globally. But now we're introducing artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, et cetera. So, and what that enables is the automation of automation, right? And so the people who were writing software, particularly at the lower end, unless you're doing these advanced things, they're gone, right? The people that
because the software's writing itself. It's
doing itself, right? It's just math. Programmer back in the day, so when I was writing code, it was the algorithms were if this then that,
right?
X or whatever it may be, right? But you had to guess, right? You had to use your best instance, and then it got smarter and smarter and smarter, and libraries to do bigger and better things. All that is being automated, and so now you have to know how to use that stuff. So either software works for you, or you work for software, and once the software takes over, you're gone. Right? So unless you understand that.
First comment says, AI would quit my job in 3 minutes. That's how I feel too. If AI can whip up emotions, good luck lasting at my job. Good luck lasting there. Another comment says, finally, my liberal arts major will pay off. Like, I'm sorry, it still won't.
What sort of jobs would be lost to AI?
Basically chauffeurs, truck drivers, and many jobs that seem a little bit complex. Chef, waiter, a lot of things will become automated. We'll have automated stores, automated restaurants, and altogether in 15 years, that's going to displace about 40% of jobs in the world.
Oh my God.
40% of jobs in the world will be displaced by technology?
I would say displaceable.
Look, I mean, one of the comments says, no way on a chef. You need a sense of human taste. Are you sure? Can't they pull up like lab tests on certain flavors? Bro, they will figure it out. Don't get it twisted. Not only will they figure it out, it's probably going to be AI figuring itself out on how to cook meals properly. Someone said, are they going to pay taxes too? Probably not. Nope. Even if it's a robot and it's working a job and living a life, dude, put him on taxes. Make him pay his due. If he can drum up $1 million in profit a year for a company, he can pay a little bit of taxes, okay? And I'm not mad or sad about it. I don't know. I'm intrigued by it, okay? And if you're intrigued by any of the stuff I talk about, click this video right here. YouTube wants you to watch it, and I know you should watch it, okay? I have a lot of socio-economic videos on this channel. Go ahead, hit subscribe. If you made it this far, please subscribe. And if you're really messing with me, go ahead, drop a comment down below. Tell me what you think about this AI revolution. Is it to be feared, or should we embrace it? Okay, because I know one thing. You should embrace that subscribe button, okay? Straight up, son.